Okay, hello. We're going to try to do about a 30-minute yoga session. So we're going to do more stretchies than more strengthies. Um, but in order to get into our stretches, we do want to heat the body up. So we'll get a little bit of heat built, and we'll go from there. So, what? We're not going to punch because we're not doing body combat. Okay, but we are going to start. And we're going to practice on grass. So we're practicing on grass today, which is going to throw off our balance a lot. So just know that and give us some grace. But we're in the shade and we're outside. So we're just starting and we're going to do some cat-cows. So our belly is going to drop and we inhale. Exhale, press away round. Inhale, belly drops. So our chin lifts, our tailbone lifts. Exhale, press away round. Really drop that belly. Inhale, lift the tailbone a little higher. Lift the chin a little higher. Exhale, press away. Tuck the tailbone. Roll all the way until our chin comes in towards the chest. Let's do one more round. Exhale. Slowly coming back to a neutral spine. Throw the dog bone out of the way. So the dog goes away. That dog likes the spotlight, I'm telling you. And then from here, we're going to walk our hands out like we would in child's pose, but we're not sitting our hips back. So we're just walking them out, and then we're letting our chest drop a little bit. Lift the tailbone, feeling the stretch in the ribs, feeling the stretch in the armpit. Just stretching a little bit. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Okay, walk the hands back. So find the shoulders right over the wrists and spread the fingers wide, and then just rock the shoulders forward and back and forward and back and forward and back. Okay, so on this next one, we're going to come forward. We're going to hold. Now bend the elbows, touch the elbows to the ribs, come all the way to the belly. Release the feet so the feet aren't tucked anymore. And then we pull the shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to sweep the hands out in front so we look like Superman here. Now squeeze the glutes. Now pull the belly button tight and lift the hands and the feet off of the mat, off of the floor, keeping the neck long. Now drop one hand and then drop the opposite foot. Now lift the hand and foot that are up a little higher. Keep the belly in. Keep the booty butt squeezed. And then switch. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Keeping the heat building. Switch by keeping the chest lifted. So we're not slowly dropping down with each switch. We're keeping the chest lifted. Switch. And a little faster. Switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Keep the abdominals active and the glutes active. Did they go on vacation? Now faster. We look like we're swimming here. Kicking our feet, moving the hands, and release. All right, hands under the chest. Tuck the toes, walk the knees in, and then pressing up. Walk the knees in. Hands are shoulders distance still. Lift the knees for our plank, and then find our downward facing dog. So bend one knee and straighten the other. And then switch legs. And switch. And switch. Okay, switch. All right, releasing both heels towards the mat. Lift the tailbone higher. Again, our legs, like I usually say, our legs can be as bent as we need. We lift the tailbone high. Now lift the heels really high. Bend the knees and then tiptoe our feet all the way back up to the front of the mat, pausing if we need in the middle to adjust our hands, coming all the way to the front. Bend the knees a lot. Now bring the hands all the way to the thighs and start to sit the hips back in our chair. So feel the weight go towards the back of the foot. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. And then release the hands as we sweep our hands out to the front. So if our chest is low, lift it high. And keep the weight shifting towards the back of the foot. And our hips sinking. Retract those shoulder blades. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Mountain pose. Exhale, right back to our chair. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, chair. Good job, baby. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, chair. Okay, lift one foot. Inhale. Maybe we balance on that one foot. Exhale, chair. Switch feet. Opposite foot lift. Exhale, chair. Inhale, lift. Opposite foot. And switch. Inhale, lift. And back. Inhale, lift. One more on each side. And back. I know the wind is making it hard, huh? Lift. And back. Okay, inhale, come all the way up. And fold. Let the knees bend. Forward fold. Now find that half lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. And our hands come down, shoulder distance. We find our plank, back to our down dog. And then we come forward back to that plank. Drop the knees. Oh yeah, shoulders past us. Chaturanga all the way to the belly. Cobra. Now glutes are squeezed, abdominals are pulled in, and we lift our chest up high. So we want to be able to lift and keep our hands down. I'm sorry, hands can come up, and our chest stays up as well. Slowly come down, hips up, elbows in, press up. Lift the knees, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees, look between those thumbs, and then tiptoe right back up to the front of that. All right, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Slowly come up to standing. Arms come out and up. Exhale, chair. Okay, so we're twisting here, so retract the shoulders, pull the belly button in, and see if we can keep our knees right in line as we drop the forearm over the thighs, and we twist up that top hand, opposite hand. So if we notice that one knee is shifting forward, see if we can bring it back. Keep the belly button in, switch. So cross the opposite forearm over and lift the other hand. Check those knees. Did one pass the other? Bring it back. Yep. Slowly come back. Coming up, inhale. Exhale, fold. We're taking our right foot all the way to the back of the mat. So take our time. Tiptoe that foot back. That's your right hip. And when we're ready, we find that high lunge. So walk our hands up. And then take the back heel higher. Drop the hips lower. Whoop. And lift high with the hands. Yep. Our hips are squaring towards the front of the mat. Come on down. Step that right foot back to the front. We switch. Other foot steps back. So take our time. Take our time stepping the foot back. Take our time bringing ourselves back up. Check the front knees over the heel. It's harder to balance in the grass, and that's okay. Lift the hands up. Sink the hips low. Take the back heel higher. Yes. Come back down. Step the left foot back up to the front. Inhale, come up, half lift. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out and up. Come back to standing. Chair pose. Yes. Come on up. Exhale, bring the elbows in. She says she doesn't like chair pose. Inhale, come back up. Who does, right? Release the hands. Nobody. Okay, people like it, but it's challenging. Inhale, come up. Now, exhale, bring the elbows. See if the elbows can touch the ribs, but lift through the chest. Oh, inhale, come up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the elbows and lift that chest. Trying not to let our hips come forward, but feel, that rounding in the upper spine. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. Okay, left foot is going to step back this time. So that back foot steps all the way back. Yep. Right knee is over the ankle. Let's drop that back knee. Yep. Walk ourselves up. So our chest lifts. Hips sink low. Inhale nice and high with the hands. So we're feeling the stretch in that front hip flexor here. Hips drop. And we're going to twist again. So holding here for just a couple more breaths. Now, check, is that hip stacked right over the knee? See if we can bring the hip in front of the knee, even if it's just a little bit. And then lift through the hands. Make sure we don't feel a lot of pain in the low back, but we breathe into that hip. So if we're feeling tight and we start high, we can inhale, exhale, sit lower. If our hands need to stay on the thigh, that's okay too. Exhale, lower. That helps, right? And lower. Okay, so we're gonna twist. Bring both hands on either side of the foot. Now, left hand stacks under the shoulder, and we bow and arrow that right hand up. Press away into that bottom hand a little more. Lift through the top hand. Maybe we even take the heel and pull it towards our booties. Maybe it just comes up a little. Maybe it comes up a lot. But we press into that foot. Press into the hand. Slowly release. Bring that hand back down. And then we're going to walk our hands back. Our right toes pull back. And we try to be on that kneeling leg. We come up if we need to. Level the hips. And then fold. I know if the balance is really hard, sometimes it's nice to bend the leg a little bit and place the hands down. Yes. But we feel if we can straighten the leg a little bit to lengthen that hamstring. Okay, slowly walk ourselves right back forward. We're lifting that left knee. Now plant the hands and then take those right toes to the sky. Shake the leg out. Let the standing leg, our left leg, bend a little bit and lift the right toes higher. And then bend that lifted leg, bend the right knee, and let the hip open. Okay, so we're gonna shift forward into our plank and then bring the left knee towards the opposite elbow. Right knee towards the opposite elbow. So, and then swing it around over to the same side elbow. Feel that opening. Right back up, open the knee. We're gonna do 2 more. So we kind of did a big circle. So shift forward in a plank, bring the right knee towards the left elbow, swing it over to the right elbow, and then open back up with the hip. 1 more. Really big circle. So shift forward, knee comes towards the elbow, sweep it around, and open. So that's gonna help us find that opening we need when we come to our pigeon later. So dropping the right foot, come forward, drop our knees, or keep them lifted. Shoulders pass the ribs. First, upward facing dog. Our thighs and our hips stay off the floor. Touch the elbows to the ribs. Not wide. Bring them to the ribs. And then come back up. Yes. Come back. I can't hear you. What? Oh, we'll do back bends. We'll do back bends. Down dog. Okay, inhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees, look between the thumbs. Step or hop, maybe to the front. Or just tiptoe. Yep. Inhale, lift the chest. I've been doing a lot of yeps today, huh? Exhale, fold. And slowly come out and up with our hands. So take our time. Maybe we even walk our hands up. Inhale, nice and high. Exhale, bring the elbows into the ribs. Lift the chest. So finding this back bend here is going to help us get even more back bends. Lift the chest. Yeah. Come right back up. Exhale, fold. So we're taking the opposite foot back this time. So this time, our right foot comes back. But it is important to make sure we've stepped far enough back, because if we come down here and our knees past our ankle, we could really hurt ourselves. So we want to step that foot far enough back. And then drop that back knee. The knee is right over the heel, and then slowly come up. So if we have shifted and we're kind of looking like we're going to pop the question, because we're in that nice kneel, we want to drop the hips a little more. Because not many people are going to pop the question like this, right? Because that's just awkward. But it feels good on the hip. So we sit nice and low. But we come up a little. See if we can tuck the tailbone a little. Engage the abdominals. And then sit lower. Hands can come up. Maybe they want to stay on our hips. But we keep working the hip lower and lower. Inhale, come up a little. Exhale, sink a little lower. Inhale, come up a little. Exhale, a little lower. Okay, 1 more. So we twisted, come on down. So the right hand is directly under the shoulder, and we bow and arrow the opposite hand up. So we feel the spine tick, 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 as it opens like a spiral staircase, and then we lift that top hand. Hips come low. So we're twisting towards the bent leg. So if we're twisting, yes, twisting towards that way. Other way, Kim. And then we also pulled the heel in. So Cameron, your right hand goes down. There you go. As the back heel pulls in, if it does, see if we can keep our hips low. Release the foot. Now we slowly came back with that leg. And here's where we played with that balance. So if we feel our shoulder blades pull apart, maybe we need to walk our hands up and squeeze them back together. Our back toes can release, which is kind of harder on grass especially, or we tuck them for a little more stability. Abdominals are engaged though, and we start to fold over that leg. Continue to breathe. Sitting down, she's fine. Okay. How much time? Oh, we've been going for 15 minutes already. All right. So when we're ready, let's slowly walk ourselves forward. So find a nice, stable base here. So hands or shoulders distance. Lift the back knee, press into the hands, and take the left foot to the sky. Shake it out. Now that standing leg, give it a bend. And then lift the opposite toes higher. Pull the belly button in and bend that lifted leg. So feel the hip open. And then we kind of feel that the right shoulder drops. We want to bring it back up and drop the left shoulder. So our shoulders are actually going to be on the same level. And we're going to find that big circle we did again. But work with our breath. Inhale. Exhale, press weight in the hands. Pull the core tight. All right, nice deep inhale. Exhale, shift forward. Bring the left knee towards the right elbow. Swing it around to the right, to the left, and open back up. All right, come forward again. Sweep that knee over to the opposite elbow. Swing it around to the same side and open the hip. And one more time. Come forward, swing it around, and open up. All right, extend the toes up, drop that foot. We're doing our upward facing dog or sticking with our cobra, but our knees can be up or down for our up dog as long as the thighs and the hips stay off the floor the whole time. So slowly come forward. Now come far on the toes, bring the shoulders past the wrists, elbows bent, flip the feet. Upward facing dog, squeeze the glutes, press away. Slowly flip our feet back, down dog. I can't hear you, baby. You gotta wait, okay? We're gonna come all the way to our belly. Come forward. Shoulders past our wrists, chaturanga. Flip our feet. Or release our feet. Now, we're finding our bow since the kid wants some back bends. But first, let's prop ourselves up on our sphinx. Shoulders right over the elbows. Press into the forearms. Lift the crown of the head. Release any tightness in our hips, in our booties, and our legs, and our feet. And then take the hands and pull them like we're trying to bring ourselves forward and lift the crown of the head taller. Now, take the left forearm, cross it over, and then lift back up. Pull that right heel in, flex the foot, and then reach back, thumb down. See if we can grab the outside of that ankle. That's fine. Release, we'll switch, so cross the opposite forearm over, and then pull the opposite foot in. Again, foot is flexed. Yep, and we reach back, thumb down, grab the outside of the ankle. Press away into that bottom hand. Slowly release, come back down, lift our hips, elbows, and press up. Down dog. All right, inhale the right toes up. Bring the right foot all the way to the front. Use the hand if we need. Sit nice and low in the legs. And then walk ourselves up. Here comes some balance. All right, so back heels up, feet are on a railroad track, not a balance beam. So if we're on that balance beam, find the railroad track. One's on the right track, one's on the left, because we're really playing with our balance. We're gonna go slow, really slow if we need it, or we can go a little faster. Lift the back heel high, feel the strength in the legs. Front leg straightens and bends. Front leg straightens and bends. Our hips are squared to the front, straightens and bends. Hold here. Back leg bends and straightens. Back leg bends and straightens. Back leg bends and straightens. We're going to feel the stretch. All right, here we go. Let's do it again. Front leg straightens and bends and straightens and bends and straightens and bends. All right, back leg bends and straightens and bends and straightens. We should feel it in that front hip flexor. Bends and straightens. Come on down. We're twisting again. Left hand is into the shoulder. Right hand comes up. Drop the hips, drop the back knee, pull the heel in, maybe even pull these front toes towards the shin to activate. Feel the whole leg activate, and then let the hip open. Reach towards the back. Maybe we grab the foot. But if we had to come up to get it, we just stay low. We don't have to grab no stinking foot. Maybe it really is stinky. Or we grab it. See, my kids sometimes think I'm funny. Release. Slowly bring that foot back down. Lift the back knee. Oh, here comes some balance. Come back up to our high lunge. We're finding our pyramid pose. The front leg's gonna be straightened. Now, let's make it a little easier and step the back foot in. Keep that railroad track, but both sets of feet are down. Now, everybody's gonna take a second and stop and look at their toes. Are all 10 toes pointing towards the front? So one is pointing towards the front and the other's pointing to the front, like our back foot's not kind of going sideways. We really want to make sure all 10 toes are facing the front here. And we lift our chest, inhale. Exhale, start to fold. The legs are straight with a tiny micro bend. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale. Exhale, fold. The hands can come to the thigh. They can come to blocks. Bless you. To our shin. Bless you. But our shoulder blades pull together. We're not shrugging our ears towards our ears. We're not rounding with a nice flat back. We're feeling the hamstrings lengthen here. 21 minutes have gone by, according to my watch. All right, so when we're ready, let's slowly, stay, or we have one more option, twist. That left hand is gonna come as close to the inside of that right foot as we can get. The heel might come up a little, but we slowly bone arrow that top hand up. Oh, feeling the IT band. Lift, squeeze the abdominals. Find that twist. Oh, should I do one more option? Okay, bend the standing leg a little, reach the opposite hand up, and then find a revolving half moon. I know, where does it hurt, Cam? In the legs, right in the IT band and the hip. Okay, step the foot back. Bring both hands down, release that twist, step all the way back, plant the hands. Right toes come up, shake it out. Drop our foot, shifting forward, and straight back to our down dog or upward facing dog, or cobra. Flipping back. Switch sides, left toes come up. Bring the left foot all the way to the front. Hips are low, so finding our balance again. Take our time. Back heel lifts. Our hips are squared forward. So we're finding that balance. Railroad track feet. We straighten that front leg. And we bend. I'm not. And straightening. And bending. And straightening. Cam, lift your back heel. And bend. Now bend the back leg. And straighten. As we straighten, we'll feel that stretch. Bend it. Keep hips low. Now lift, straighten. And bend. And straighten. One more round on each side. Straighten the front leg. And bend. And straighten. And bend. And straighten. And bend. Now bend that back leg. And straighten. Bending. And straighten. I know the leg's on fire, right? Okay. Oh, come on down. Here we go with that twist. So, bring the right hand under the shoulder. Back heel is up. We bow and arrow the left hand up. Drop the hips low. Other hand, right hand comes down. And left hand is up. And our right heel is lifted. Yes. All right, back heel comes down. Drop that right knee. Back knee comes down. Hips are down. And here's where we could pull the right heel in towards the glutes. Maybe even reach the hand back. Thumb is up. Maybe we grab the foot. And if we did so on the other side, we flex this foot, pull the toes back, and let the knee open. I know I did it backward. So we really want to open the hip first. The knee is dropping, but it's our hip that's opening. And we press away through the bottom hand. Then we can reach around and grab. Or we just reach. But keep the hips low. Slowly release. Come back to center. When we're ready, lift the back knee. And we're finding our pyramid pose again. So slowly come back up to our high lunge. We'll shorten the stance, so step that foot back in. And our legs straighten out. So same thing. All 10 toes are facing the same direction, right? So if our heel is in, that means our hip is going to probably turn. And when we try to fold, we're having two actions in our spine. So we're twisting and we're folding. So we want to bring our hips in the same direction and find that safe fold here, protecting our low back. Legs are straight-ish with a micro bend. So you can't even see it, but you can feel it. So instead of having, they're straight-ish, instead of locking them out here and restricting our blood flow, we're going to keep a little micro bend. Nice flat back. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. And we go. And we're ready. Bring the right hand down if we want it to twist. It's close to the inside of that left foot so we can get it. And we slowly bow and arrow. So if our back heel lifted, that's okay. We're twisting towards the front leg. Yes. And if we did so on the other side, we bend the front leg, reach the right hand out, and then transfer the weight into the left foot, right hand, lift, peel the left shoulder open. We don't have to do it at all if we don't want to, though. Especially if you're 8 years old and trying to do it in the grass. Okay, bend the standing leg, come back, release that twist, plant the hands, take the left foot to the sky, shake it out, foot down, come forward plank, all the way to the belly, but upward facing dog first. Down dog. Okay, really slow to our belly, come forward. Slower, 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 bend, slow, 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 all the way to the belly. Release the feet, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Now squeeze the glutes, pull those abdominals in, lift the chest, bring our hands back by our hips. So we're finding our full bow this time. Our thumbs face the floor, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now reach the fingertips back, and then pull the heels in. Like our heels are trying to touch our booties. Grab the outsides of the ankle, keep the feet flexed to protect the knee, and make sure the knees haven't come apart. They're hip distance. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together more. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, and we can kick into the hands if we'd like. Maybe we want to lift the heels, but we don't let the knees pull apart. Maybe we lift the heels higher. Higher. This is a back bend. Slowly come down. Release. And breathe. Okay. When we're ready, hands under the chest, tuck the toes, hips up, elbows in, press up. Down dog. We're finding our pigeon pose. So we're doing that same round action we did. So we're going to inhale the right toes up, come forward in a plank, and now bring the right knee towards the left elbow, towards the right elbow, and drop it. So we're seeing that our shin looks kind of like a diagonal line compared to the front leg, but the knee is wider than the hip. So if we didn't find that, we just try it again. Inhale, sweep it up and around, and we drop the back knee. So I'm going to turn to face the camera real quick, so hopefully we can see. So in this down dog, the toes lift, exhale, round, open it up, and see how it has come wider than my hip. So it doesn't have to be crazy wider, but we definitely don't want it to be right in line with our hip, because our hip's going to want to keep dropping, and we're not going to get that opening, and we might even hurt our low back. So we find that opening, swing it around, drop it down. I like to start with that foot flexed and the back toes tucked. Make sure my hips are squared forward. Stay here. Or we pull that heel like it's trying to come in, so we're almost like our legs are a pair of scissors trying to close. And we're going to find a little more opening in the hips and more of a back bend. So when we're ready, keep our chest lifted, pull the heel in towards the glute, just like we've been doing. Maybe reach back, see if we can find that ankle. The hand can come forward. Maybe, again, legs are like the scissors trying to close. Maybe we even reach back, see if we can find it with both hands and kick into it. Maybe we play with it with our 8-year-old a little later. Release that foot when we've had enough. Slowly come down. Working on our back being flat. Make sure the hip hasn't rolled down. We keep it up, even if it's just a little bit off the mat. Our low back is nice and flat and not tilted. Just a couple breaths here. So nice deep inhale. Exhale. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Again, nice deep inhale. Exhale. So we can stay here a little longer. We can pause the video and breathe here. Or when we're ready, we tuck our toes, we come back up, and we take that leg to the sky, shake it out. We're gonna switch sides, so drop that foot, and then bring the opposite foot up. So we're doing that same action. So maybe it takes a few tries. Shift forward, bring the knee towards the opposite elbow, swing it around, and drop. Maybe we got a perfect position, but we like that feeling of opening, dropping, pressing away, and coming up. So swing it around when we feel like we have our perfect little spot. We flex it. I like, again, to flex that front foot. Keep my back toes tucked at first, and I lift. So the knee, oh, my child's scaring me. The knee is a little wider than the hip. We breathe here while I fix the kid. Okay. Up. Okay. So we go around to one elbow, and then wide and down. This leg comes back, and our hip lifts. Hi-yi-yi. And if that is way too much on the hip, we bring the heel in a little bit. Okay. I'm on the opposite side. There we go. So here is where we get to pull that heel in. So we're working our hips square, and we start to pull that in if we would like, the opposite heel in, and we grab. So maybe that's plenty. So our hand can be out. Find the scissor action where we're trying to close the legs to help with stability. Square the hips and the shoulders. Maybe we just do one. That's fine. Maybe we have both. Yeah. And if it hurts, we don't do it. Good girl. When we've had enough, we release slowly. We start to come down. You make sure our back is flat and not rounded. So we squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're breathing for a couple breaths. So if we pause the video, we make sure that we pause it again and find the same amount of breaths. We'll do 3 here with me. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, release any of that leftover tension. Nice deep inhale. Exhaling. Nice deep inhale. Exhaling. Okay. When we're ready, we slowly walk ourselves up. Roll over to one hip, swing that leg around. Bring the soles of the feet together. It is hard to keep it at 30 minutes. Right now we're almost 35. Ain't sorry. So we'll be done here, not too long. We're gonna sit nice and tall, bringing the soles of our feet together, and then making sure the heels aren't in too close. Bring the elbows like they're trying to press away the thighs, but keep the back nice and flat. Inhale, exhale, fold. So again, keep the shoulders squeezed together, press the elbows into the thighs. Folding. Folding. Inhale. Exhale, folding. Let's come back up. We'll find one more twist. Tuck one heel in. Cross the other one over the thigh. Or even the heel that's tucked in instead, if we'd like, if that feels better, it can stay out. But we plant the opposite foot. Work both hips down so we don't want one up. We sit tall. Sit taller. Yes, nice straight back. Reach the right hand around. Twist towards the bent leg. So we're twisting away from the bent leg. We twist towards it. With lots of options. We can hug the leg in. We can take the elbow, bring it on the outside, and press it open. Or press it, I guess, closed maybe. You can bring the hands together and twist. Or we can bind, which I'm not going to do because my shoulders are really tight today. That's another thing. We're honoring our body. We're listening to it. Okay, release the twist. Okay, since I have my kid here, we're going to walk ourselves around. It's going to be fun. So come up, walk the other way, walk. Other way, Cam, other way. Yep, there it is. Start walking around, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, so we find our other leg on top this time. Did it work? Yeah, kind of, right? So that bottom heel's tucked in. And again, we can straighten the leg out. It's a pincher bug. Okay, well, go get your sister to get it. Lift the spine nice and tall. Go get your sister to get it. She loves them. Or just, shake it off towards me. Sit nice and tall. Here's where we have the option to twist. So grab around that leg. Bring the opposite hand around. Sit nice and tall. Or we bring the elbow on the outside of the thigh. So we're twisting towards the bent leg. So you're twisting away, Cam. Twist towards it. Bring your opposite arm across. We can even bring the palms together and then press the outside hand into the inside hand. Or we can bind, so we can reach around and find our bind. When we've had enough, slowly release that twist. We're going to walk around again. Walk, 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 and sit. Just even out, shake the legs out. Slowly help ourselves back. We're going to find our final relaxation, so plant the feet. Let the knees drop over to one side. Reach the hands straight out. Come to the other side. Drop the knees over to the other side. Coming back to center. Now, we can do a few more of those windshield wipers if we'd like, or we can just walk our feet straight out, or we can bring the soles of our feet together and let the knees open wide. If we have a towel or a sweater and we want to block out the light even more, we can place it over our eyes, but we keep our nose open so we get some nice fresh air still. And our palms have flipped to face the sky or the ceiling. If we have the soles of our feet together and our knees wide, and that's a lot, we can place blankets or pillows or blocks under our thighs to help it not have so much pressure and open at the inside of the leg. We're going to find our final relaxation here. Take some breaths together. So as we do, we take a nice deep inhale through the nose. As we exhale, let go of the tension in the face, in the jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, release the tension in the shoulders, in the back. Feel the body melt into the mat. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, releasing that leftover tension in the glutes, in the legs, and the calves, and in the feet. Breathe in here. can pause the video and stay in our final relaxation as long as we'd like. Otherwise, we're going to slowly wiggle our fingers and our toes. Maybe bring the knees back together, or just bring the knees into the chest if our legs are straight out. But we meet with our knees to chest, grabbing under the thighs. And we roll over towards our left or to our right. We'll use our hands to slowly help us up to a seated position or in plow. Sitting nice and tall. We'll roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale our arms together, up to the sky. Exhaling our hands towards our hearts. Namaste.